Grandma, how are you doing?
Who?
Dawn.
Honey, you have to speak up, huh?
Your granddaughter Dawn.
Don?
Dawn. Your granddaughter Dawn.
Don?
Miss Coker from the math videos?
Oh, Miss Coker, you should have said so.
How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm just staying really busy here, cooking and cleaning.
Well, I hope you're getting some rest.
No, I haven't had any time to take a nap.
Oh, okay. Well, make sure you get a little bit more sleep. I know how you like to run around and stay busy.
Yeah, I'm talking on this newfangled phone your cousin sent me. I don't get technology these days.
I was wondering, I wanted to bake you some chocolate chip cookies. Can I bring some over?
You want to make me cookies? Oh, that's so sweet. When I was your age, people didn't make cookies using units of capacity. They weighed the ingredients for a more precise measure. I'd love it so much if you could make cookies by weighing the ingredients, sweetie.
Weighing the ingredients? I could try. Okay, Grandma. I'll see you in a bit.
I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Now, Grandma's actually right. I have heard a lot of bakers on TV say you get a more accurate or precise measure when you weigh your ingredients instead of using units of capacity like cups, pints, quarts, or gallons. Now, remember in our last video, capacity measures how much space something takes up. Well, look at this, for example. Flour might take up a little bit of space, but once you give it a good whisk and fluff it up a little bit, it takes up a lot more space. So units of capacity are really difficult to use when measuring ingredients for baking. Well, I guess I need to get rid of all of my measuring cups today. And I need to bring in a scale. Today I'm only looking at the numbers inside the circle. Once we get all the way over to this 1 right here, that means that the item weighs 1 pound. Now if you look really closely at our scale, you can see the lines in between our pounds. Take a look at the 0 and the 1. Look at the inside of the circle. We're not looking at the outside of the circle in 3rd grade. The outside marks grams, and that's a unit of measure we'll start working with in 4th grade. So take a look at the inside of the circle, and you should be able to see 16 ounces would be equal to 1 pound. There are 16 lines between 0 and 1 representing the ounces in a pound. So let's take a look and measure our ingredients. All right, according to our recipe, the first ingredient we need is a 1/2 pound of butter. If you look at the label on the butter, there's all this mathy information we can get right here without doing any weights. I found right here that 1 stick of butter is equal to 4 ounces. A second stick of butter would be a total of 8 ounces. And remember, I said there's 16 ounces in a pound, so 1/2 pound should be 8 ounces. Let's see if this is right. That is just about perfect. So we have 2 sticks of butter, and the arrow points halfway between the 0 and the 1, which means 1/2 pound, or we could call that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or we can call that 8 ounces. While our butter is melting on the stove, let's mix our dry ingredients. The next ingredient I need is 12 ounces of flour. Let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. I need just a little bit more. And I'll tell you how I said 8 so quickly. I remembered that 1/2 pound line between the 0 and the 1 is 8 ounces because a full pound is 16 ounces. All right, now I have 12 ounces of flour. We'll pour that in. The next ingredient is 1 teaspoon salt. I only have out my 1/2 teaspoon, so I guess what I could do here is measure 2 1/2 teaspoons because 2 halves is equal to 1 whole. And now back to my food scale. I need 1/2 pound brown sugar. Brown sugar is another thing that can get really dense or really tight together. So it's really hard to measure its capacity or how much space it takes up, because right now it's really dense and stuck inside this jar, but we could very easily fluff it up to take more space. Therefore, a more accurate way to measure your brown sugar when baking is to weigh it. Let's double check our scale to make sure we are exactly halfway between the 0 and the 1, looking at the inside of the circle. Yep, it looks like we are halfway there, 1/2 pound. Now it's time to start measuring the wet ingredients. This is what my completed dough looks like. What you're going to do is put this in the fridge for an hour, let it get nice and hard again, and scoop balls of cookie dough onto a pan, and then you're just going to bake the cookies for 15 minutes at 375. Hey Grandma, I brought you some cookies.
Who's that out there?
It's Dawn.
Oh, yes, my sweet granddaughter. I'm sorry, I always think of you as Miss Coker from those math videos.
Yes, it's me.
I feel like my bunions are bursting through my Buster Browns today.
Grandma, nobody knows what Buster Browns are these days.
Did you weigh those ingredients? It's much more precise than using cups.
Yes, I use the food scale.
Now, do you know that weight means how heavy something is?
Yes, I know weighing ingredients means you're trying to find out how heavy something is.
And capacity means how much space it takes up, but sometimes all those ingredients get squished together and sometimes they're fluffy. So weighing to find out how heavy something is the way to go, sweet girl.
Yes, I weighed the ingredients.
Okay, thanks, sweet girl. Okay. Bye-bye.